What up, you guys? I want to welcome you guys to tonight's show. We will be talking self-love and trying to help moms out there who are feeling like they're not getting the love they need because they're so busy catering to their children and everybody else. So yeah, that's what's going on tonight, you guys. Grab your champagne, grab your coffee, whatever you need, you guys. We are going to do this. My name is Hamin Phillips.
Irina.
Livy Love.
You're watching Raw Topic. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So, where do we begin? Self-love, like, you guys are both mothers. So,
Yes, we have known that for 18 years.
So as a mother, like, you guys, you have what, 4 children?
Yes.
You have 2 children?
I have 3.
3 children. So,
My
you
oldest
guys,
is 30.
yeah. So you guys know what it's like to give everything to your children, make sure they got everything they need, but not save room to love yourself. So let's talk about that. What do you?
It's a very important topic. It is also a hard topic for some mothers, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of mothers who think self-love is being a little bit selfish. Actually, being selfish to yourself is not something that would be considered. I mean, to love yourself is not being selfish. Mm-hmm. I think so. We give everyone else a little piece of our time throughout the day, starting from the morning, right? So when we wake up in the morning, first thing what we do is what? What do we do?
Attend to our kids.
Attend to our kids,
Get
start
'em off
waking
to school,
everybody else up,
Yeah.
right?
Get their clothes ready, breakfast ready.
Getting-
So.
Getting everything in order, trying to get the day just the day started. Get everyone's back breakfast. Make sure everyone get their stuff together before we even think of starting to get ourselves together and to get ourselves right. And then we go to our jobs, right? Well, mostly it's from 9 to 5. We give that time to our boss, to the employees that's there, right? And then we continue throughout the day, always giving somebody that time. What we get 30-minute lunch for ourselves, probably sometimes we don't even get that. And then we go home and we start it all over again.
Right. So you guys in the comment section, first I want you guys to definitely engage in this video today. If you guys know anything about self-love and what do you guys do for self-love or just me time to make yourself happy when you're in your downtime and you're trying to unwind, like what do you do? So make sure to leave that in the comment section, you guys, and we definitely want that kind of engagement tonight. Also, you guys don't forget, start off by liking this stream and sharing this out, you guys, and drop in the comment section your city, state, let us know where you guys are watching from today. So, like, what about, like, moms, as far as, like, do you remember your mom ever feeling like your mom wasn't getting what she needed because you felt like she was catering to you guys all the time? Because my mom, it was 4 siblings altogether. I'm the only boy. And I just remember my mom, well, I'm the second oldest. Okay. But I just remember my mom always, and I didn't think about it as a kid, you don't think about it. It just comes natural that she's your mom. But when I think about it now, she just did so much for us. Like, she would walk home from the store with bags and bags of groceries, walking. And for Christmas, she'd be walking in the snow to make sure we got what we needed with big garbage bags of gifts or whatever. Yeah. And I just remember her just doing so much, and no one really appreciated it because we didn't know that it was.
Including you, right?
Of course.
Were you one of those kids that didn't appreciate or didn't even know what your mom did day to day just to make sure the household is kept up, the kids are fed, the chores are completed? So it's a lot of responsibility on just that one person, right?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, what do you guys remember, or what do you guys feel like you're lacking when it comes to self-love? Or
I think having a glass of wine after a long day, to me, is a little bit of self-love. But it's not self-love. That's me, like, okay, I had a long day, I just need a drink. That's not self-love. That's me trying to medicate myself with alcohol, right? That's not time to myself. That's me trying to relieve my tension, my nerves from the whole day. But a lot of people think, okay, well, why don't you just go meditate a little bit? Well, it's kind of hard to meditate when you have to get things ready for the next day, and this child is asking this, and this adult child who could probably be your partner in life probably asking, where is this? What are we eating today? What are we this? So now you don't even have time to even meditate or to even have that little bit of wine or to even watch a show. Right? We think that watching a show to us mothers,
Right.
watching a show to ours and binge watch something, that's self-love. And that's not.
Right.
Right? What do you do when it comes to like,
The same thing.
Same thing?
Yeah, have a glass of champagne, watch a show.
But
And
that's
even
just
then,
the-
I'm not even able to watch a show because
Right.
the kids are asking for something.
and then you're like, okay, can you just give me, I tell my kids, please give me 1 hour. When mom walks in the door, I need at least that 1 hour to unwind from other stress throughout the day. Now I do have a very good support system where I feel like my youngest kid's father, where if I feel like I'm overwhelmed or if I'm coming down with something where I just need some rest, it's very good for me on my side where I can just make that call and say, can you please come get the kids? Now I was very fortunate to have that kind of support or to have, the godparents or whoever else in my life where they understand, Irina, you really need a break. You do a lot throughout the day.
That's awesome.
But there's a lot of mothers who are not fortunate. Single mothers who can't drop them off to the kid's father, who can't drop them off to the auntie or uncle and have that little bit of just a whole day to themselves,
Correct.
let a whole day is a lot
Right.
for a single mom. And I wish there was more of a support group, like let's say mothers come together and say, you get my kids this weekend, I'll get your kids this weekend, so that way at least you have a whole weekend to yourself to do a facial, to go get a massage,
Mini
to go get a pedicure, a manicure, to make yourself feel a little bit better, right?
So, like, how, as a woman, like, I wouldn't know, but as a woman with children and a husband or a man, and you're doing so much for everybody, what's the signs of a woman starting to break down as far as just going into depression mode because, like, she's just not getting what she needs?
There's
Like,
a-
what are the signs? How do you
There's so
No.
many mothers who just had a child, and people are like, oh, you need to bounce back. What do you mean bounce back? You mean I need to bounce forward? I feel like I have to bounce back. And people think of just having a child, you just have to right away pick yourself up and get back on track. There's a lot of mothers who are dealing with postpartum depression for years after having that child.
Right.
They're so emotionally unavailable for themselves,
Let alone their child.
let alone their children. And those children are the one that's looking at their mother's behavior. They're looking at their mom as depressed, sad, tired, exhausted, to the point where she has to still keep doing it because no one else will, right? So I don't know. I'm telling you like it is. Like every day is a struggle. It's not just for mothers. There's single fathers who struggle every day as well, who don't have that support system as well. Fathers have rights as well as the mothers have rights. They do have that shared responsibility with the children, but there's some who don't like to even get their kids on every weekend, right? Or
So-
even have that fight with them so that way that mother or that father can get a little bit of a break for themselves.
So, but when a woman is really at a point where she's feeling not loved and not appreciated, what mode do they go into? As a woman, like what do you?
They shut
I
down.
think the detachment. They start detaching themselves or
So, what are the signs
letting
of?
things go, like the laundry, letting the house go. Piles of laundry, piles of dishes.
Can we eliminate laundry at all? For mothers, laundry is a non-stop
Yes.
for
chore.
everyone.
It's non-stop, especially if you have multiple children.
It's just
They like to
nonstop,
change
man.
clothes all the time. If we could eliminate, or we have
Now,
like
do
this
you ever
one
tell your
machine
kids to do
wash
their
and
own
fold.
laundry?
Right.
You know, do you ever tell your kids, look, this is how you do it. Get your
Oh,
own
yes.
hamper, and when you wash your
Yes.
clothes, this is how you do it. Because So you ever teach them just wash their own laundry?
Well, my 4-year-old knows how to separate clothes. We start at that, lights and darks. My oldest do their own laundry, but still, there's always clean baskets of clothes where you can't even get to folding that stuff,
Right.
even if it's washed.
Right.
Why does chores have to be part of our daily life where we have to be like, I have to do this chore, I don't feel like I didn't do enough? Sometimes it's okay not to do anything in that day, especially if you feel exhausted,
Exactly.
overwhelmed. It's okay.
So, like, what are some good pointers for mothers for self-love, like, as far as to get that me time? What kind of things can they do? Like, one thing I suggested is, taking a hot bath with candles, and
Taking a hot bath is not a necessity. That you should be able to do that anytime.
well, I mean, relaxing with like Netflix and watching a
Not
show,
with kids.
an
Not with
audio
kids.
book.
No.
First, you have to find a babysitter. There will be a steady babysitter, a reliable babysitter, so that way you're not worrying about your children
Correct.
while you're trying
The
to take
care.
care of yourself.
Yeah.
What do you think?
The same.
So what? Get a babysitter
Which
and
is a
then
mission in itself.
And then start from getting a reliable babysitter, and then it's okay. Every other weekend, I will do this for myself. I will go grocery shopping on my own. I will go buy me something nice,
Right.
right? Doesn't that
Retail
make you feel
therapy.
better when you buy yourself something nice?
Right.
And sometimes you're buying all this stuff for your kids, and you're not even looking at prices. But when it comes to yourself, you start limiting yourself.
Right,
Oh
that's
no,
too
I already bought enough. Wait, but you already bought enough for your children. You just now looking to buy something for yourself. Right? And we're feeling guilty about
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
The mother's guilt is what really kills us the most. Am I a good enough mother? That's one of the number one guilts that mothers have. Right?
So
Am
you're
I
saying,
good
like-
enough as a parent?
like mothers, a good mother will feel guilty for just buying themselves
Yes.
something.
Yes.
Why?
Beats me. Because you feel like, okay, my children is more important, even though I just bought bags and bags full of stuff for my kids. But as soon as I want to buy myself something, I'm right away looking at that price
Because
tag.
there's bills to pay.
Exactly.
And that trumps everything. Kids, food, bills.
So shouldn't a mother treat herself every once in a while with that nice dress, that
Yes.
nice pair of shoes?
Yes.
I mean, isn't that healthy for a woman to be able to treat herself? Isn't that self-love? I mean,
It is self-love, but we I guess we'd rather to have it as a gift. Let's say our significant other, right? We'd rather get that gift from that significant other saying, hey, I appreciate you. I see that that you've been doing so much. You've been doing so much for us. And I just want to appreciate you. Here's a little gift for you. Just from the bottom of your heart, instead of just going to the store buying yourself something. Right? Because or when a child comes to you and says, Mom, I made this for you.
That's awesome.
Right? Doesn't it make you feel good? You're the best mom in the world. Okay? From the eyes of that child. Okay? When that child tells you, Mom, you are the best mother on earth. Right?
Right.
You should believe that. Because that child
Priceless.
is not going to tell you something that's not real, especially if you being that mother. And we still doubt it. Even if our child tells us you're the best mom ever, we still, as women, doubt that.
Right.
Am I? Well, no, today I forgot to do this. Today I forgot to do this. Did I charge up this laptop? No. Did I do their homework? Did I help them? Did I get this? You feel like it's not good enough. You're not good enough ever. But to your children, you are that best mother. Isn't that crazy how we look at ourselves? That self-love is important, and it comes starting from you. You have to love yourself and the skin that you're in and the skin that's on the outside of you as well. A lot of people think it's all the physical. No, you have to be emotionally acceptable to yourself. But there's women who are so emotionally unsustainable where they can't even control because they're in such a depression state where anytime that you want to talk about anything about, oh, you need to take some time to yourself, they start breaking down. Why do they start breaking down? Because they're exhausted. They realize they need that break. But it's easy to say, Instead of someone's gonna come and scoop your whole life away from you, tell you, go, here's a bag, pick up a bag, go on the trip.
Right.
Don't worry about nothing.
Right.
Then it'll be a whole different story.
Yeah, that'd be a miracle.
So like, when it comes to like your man, if you're not a single mom and you have a man, what kind of things would you like your man to do? For all the men out here watching, what can a man do to help a woman who is overwhelmed and not getting that self-love? Like, what can we do to help?
As far as a male perspective, I would say if the kids are in the household, obviously you want to make sure, get the kids all sustained, make sure that they're ready, get their stuff all, the dinner, everything to be prepared the night before, get the kids down to bed, and then come down and say, come on, let's have a little me time and you time. Do you want a massage? You know, so that way it can help you relax a little bit. And don't be stingy. Don't be doing that little tip, the little soft touch stuff. No, we want to be ravished in the massage. We want to feel like, oh my God, this is such a good release.
Yeah.
Right. From starting from your hair to your hands, just like things like that. And I'm not going to say wash my feet, no, but the massage is very
But
important.
would that be so bad if a man were to take a bowl and wash your feet? I mean, even Livy
Like
Love.
a bowl? Like
How many times have I washed your feet?
Please tell me
I
how many
take
times
that-
you washed your
Zero,
feet.
honey.
I
Okay.
take that bowl.
about that.
I
Practice
put those.
what you preach,
I
sir.
put these big chunklas in that bowl of water.
What you know about chunky?
I get the massaging, and does it feel so right?
Stop.
Right.
I'm
Does that
still
make
waiting,
you?
actually.
Oh, really?
Come on now.
Please practice what you preach. You
Exactly.
can't just talk about it, be about it. So now we know when Livy's gonna go home, she better get her feet washed and get her toes rubbed.
Cause y'all
You guys
know.
updated.
So
I'm
like,
gonna hold my breath though.
so
Keep us posted. We have another show coming up. Follow-up
but
show.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. Like a foot rub or washing a woman's feet. Why not? Right? I
There's
mean,
nothing wrong with it.
It sounds very romantic, like rose petals, wash my feet. I think washing feet is important, like in some cultures, like I'm not sure
Yeah.
what cultures. I think it was like in a wedding
it's a form of
where the
respect,
husband would wash
though.
your feet. It is form of respect.
well, even in the Bible days, that was very common to do that. You know.
But
So-
They were weathered from walking without shoes and or sand.
But is it relaxing to get your feet washed?
Yeah,
I would
when you
think
get a
so.
pedicure,
Okay, yes,
it
when we
is.
sit in the hot, bubbly water, but it's
love
like, let me
that.
wash your
That's
feet,
one of the
girl.
best parts.
Your feet are dirty. You've been walking barefooted all day. Let me wash your
Seriously.
So like during the pandemic, I mean, we still in the pandemic, but at the beginning, when we were really on lockdown and you couldn't go out, and like all the restaurants were closed and all the things you're used to doing is closed, going to the mall, blah, blah. Do you think that really put a lot of strain on mothers? How hard was it for mothers then? I mean, your kids are in your face.
Yes.
Homeschooling.
God.
Yeah, homeschool.
1 minute they're at school, you get to have that break, but now that break is taken away from you. Because now they're getting homeschooled, they're in your face all day now.
This is true.
So did that have a lot to do with that mother really feeling like that self-love is not there?
Now you added
Because
another
now there's
job
more
into
stress.
equation.
Now she's with the kids even more. There's no break in between.
There's a study that was done that the mother's job is equivalent to 3 full-time jobs. Okay, so now you added another job, which is being a teacher. Obviously, you should teach your kids anyways before school teaches your children academically, but you should teach your kids life. You should teach your kids how to survive, and you should teach your kids how to stand up for themselves, so on and so on. But having so many responsibilities on one person could drain you.
Very much is. Yeah.
Right. So how did you feel when the kids were homeschooled? Like, did that, and you with the kids all the time, and you work from home. So,
Super stressful.
Oh my
to say the
God.
least.
I
Working
mean, why
from
though?
home
Like,
and
explain,
Couldn't do it.
what was the
They're
stresses?
very needy. They would need attention. They need help. They're not paying attention, so you have to stay on top of them. And it's very hard and difficult to do your job. So I've been there. I'm still living it.
So
Yeah. So,
I mean, yeah, not only that, but people that work from home though too. Like women that are working from home, like yourself, and now all of a sudden you gotta tell the kids to be quiet when the phone is ringing, and that just makes it even more
Oh my
stressful.
God. I thank God I still was working at the office through the whole pandemic. I was lucky enough that my children were homeschooled through their daycare. I did appreciate that the most. So I didn't really go through that experience of working from home and trying to school my children at the same time. I don't think I would have been able to handle it. I would have needed more than one glass of wine that day for sure.
Seriously.
I always say long day, Long Island, huh?
Yes.
Well, Jody says self-care is very important, or how can you care for anyone else if you're not healthy and stressed?
Right.
So what are your thoughts on that comment?
Yeah, and your children are watching you being depressed day to day, where there's like, we remember our mom being so lively, always putting on makeup and getting dressed
Right.
up, and now you look like a homeless person
Right.
all the time because you're trying to make sure that your kids look good. You're trying to make sure this is completed, this paid, and this, and so on and so on. But it is important when you look at yourself in the mirror and you're trying to get yourself together, when you get yourself dressed and ready to go, it does make you feel a little bit more accomplished.
Right. This is true.
Yeah, especially
you
like
feel
taking
better
that
about
shower, put on some clothes that make you feel because if you ain't doing none of a routine, I feel
Right.
like you should have a daily routine. Have that cup of coffee first thing to kind of get into the groove, or whatever. Tea, you like to have tea. I like my
love
coffee.
tea.
So like whatever you like, whatever gets you in the groove, have a routine of that. If you want to do a little yoga before you get started for the day,
It's kind of hard to have
take
a
a half
routine when you
hour.
have so many things that you have to accomplish. Before the day even starts, I have to wake up at least an hour early before I wake everyone up,
to do
so
your-
that way I can get everything else in order, so that way I can get up and be like, you get up, you put this on, you get this, you pick this up, go get your backup, go get this.
Right.
It's like that 1 hour just to get everybody else is not that 1 hour for you. It's not. It's really not. When you come home, it starts all over again. Okay? When you lay down and you start having all these thoughts running through your head, what you have to do tomorrow,
Yes. Yes.
80% of those thoughts are negative.
So are your kids being homeschooled at this moment?
Like I said, they're homeschooling through daycare. So I go to work
Oh,
from 9
and then
to
your
5.
kids are getting homeschooled at daycare?
Daycare.
Oh,
I
that's
was
good.
very lucky that Katie's kids, childcare, they do provide the best services when it comes to that. They
Okay.
sit down with your children, they do all of the homeschooling, like not homeschooling, but
The care, anyways. It's care. Yeah.
Jody said that you have to have balance, and you feel better when you're dressed nice. It really impacts your confidence. We have degrees in everything when we become a mom. What's their thoughts? Is she right when she says that being dressed nice impacts your confidence?
it does. When you dress up, it makes you feel better about yourself. It does.
Do you
I
think a lot of
used to laugh.
mothers they forget about that and they just put on their PJs?
Yes,
And
yes. Speaking of
especially if you're
PJs,
working from home. Like,
I
do you even
used to
bother to get
laugh
dressed?
about women that go to Walmart or go other places in their pajamas and their bonnet. Okay?
Are you
I'm
talking about the
sorry.
war bonnet?
No, like, or, like the hair cover.
Right, the
or,
bonnet, yeah.
Right, and the sleeping pajamas. I'm thinking, like, okay, did you not wash your butt before you went outside? You still have
Right.
pajamas on? To me, that was like,
Now,
oh
can
my
you
God.
relate to that now?
I was so frowned upon. No, I would never go outside with my pajamas on. That's just a rule.
Okay.
And none of my children would ever go outside with pajamas on. There's just a rule. Please get yourself dressed. At least put on pants. At least look appropriate. You never know who you're going to see.
Right.
What if I see one of my coworkers or employees and I'm just looking like just roll out of bed and have no business to be out anyways?
Jesse said we forget to do that all the time, but it helps so much.
It does help. It helps. But again, it's that timing. So you have to wake up at least an hour, even now, hour earlier, so that way you can get yourself right. You can get yourself together before you make your kids look good, make yourself look good. Again, your kids are a reflection of you. Your kids are seeing how you handle things and how you handle stress. And how do you feel about yourself? Are you a happy person? Then your kids will be happy people. If you're always nagging, if you always argue, if you're always yelling, your kids will go to daycare or school and will be yelling and arguing with other kids. But it's hard for us as mothers to be role models for everybody else. I mean, what about as a father? That self-care is important as well.
Yeah, I think, I was a single father. My daughter has, my daughter stays with her mom for most of the time, but I did have custody of my son. So when I had custody of my son, he's 21 now, but I felt like how a mother felt. Like, I raised him from the time he was 5 until now. And it was rough, just trying to date anybody and trying to,
Right.
as a single father, like,
You gotta
people
find
don't
time for yourself,
understand,
and then
like-
you have to find time for that another person that's trying to be in your life, and you can't even find that time.
Right.
Yeah. So a lot of times I had to, I was dating and I brought him around my son because I really didn't have a choice. If I, because, I couldn't find a sitter or something like that. And, and I think single fathers, they're not appreciated enough, And a lot of times I noticed there was a lot of favoritism when I needed help from the state, from my son. Like, they act like I was good. Like, even if I wanted to more child or get child support, because I wasn't getting child support. And they're like, they didn't make it, they just made it sound, they brushed it under the rug.
It's unfortunate. Wisconsin is a women's state. There are some states that fathers have way more rights. I mean, fathers should have equal rights as a mother should, right? If you have your child full time and that mother doesn't, you should go after that person for the same rights and the same child support as if she would have went after you for it.
Yep, I agree.
Correct?
Yeah. Well, yeah, as a single father in Wisconsin, like, the help just isn't there. Not like for a woman. So it was rough for me trying to raise my son by myself. And yeah, that self-care was much needed. And that's why I had to date. I needed to feel...
So that was self-care for you, dating?
I needed to feel loved or liked or something. I need to feel something.
And a lot of times, even though we have all these kids around us, we still, as people, feel lonely, right?
Absolutely.
Isn't it crazy?
You need
How do we
adult
have all
time.
these kids around us and we still feel lonely? And that adult time.
The interaction.
Yes.
Is what I miss from work.
I think adult interaction is what people need.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, people need that adult
I'm
interaction.
sorry. Keep the adults away from me. I just need that time alone. I
Yeah,
love being by myself.
Me too.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yes.
To be by myself, to do my face mask, to paint my nails, do what I need to do, read a book, do my little yoga, anything that I want to do for myself. I just love to be by myself. And
That's
if
important.
it's once a week, I'll take that once a week. I tell my kid's father, at least give me once a week. If you can do more than that, I appreciate you so much.
Absolutely.
So, like, what do you do, for example, you have 4 children. You got a couple are grown, though, right? 18 and what?
Yeah, one is 18, just got her own place, Azalia.
Okay, now,
I'm so proud
does
of
she
her.
help you in any way when it comes to getting the kids ready for
Well,
school or
here's the
picking them
thing.
up or anything?
I didn't have kids for my kids. I had my kids for me. I don't expect my older children to be parents, okay? My older children should be able to live their life and focus on building their credit, focus on having school, they focus on having a job, focus on making sure that they can survive on their own without me. I didn't have those children. Everyone says, you're so lucky. You have such a big gap. Well, I had babysitters first, right? People say, no, I didn't have my kids for my kids. And a lot of parents put that responsibility on their older children
Correct.
to help them raise up their insignificant other, their younger siblings.
Right.
That's not fair.
Right.
That's not fair.
I agree.
So your daughter's she got a car now. You bought her a car, or y'all looked for a car or whatever. So, like, you wouldn't have her go pick up the younger kids from daycare? Some stuff to help you, because when you get off work, you don't feel like doing all that. You might not feel like going to pick up the kids from daycare. So do you ever be like, look, can you go get the kids from daycare, bring them home? That's just one less thing you got to do.
One less thing you got to do.
So for self-care,
if I really need to, then yes, I would reach out. But again, I don't want to put that pressure and responsibility on my older adult kids, knowing that they have to help me raise these kids. It's not fair at all. And there's a lot of mothers who make that mistake on going on trips and doing this, especially now with the stimulus hit, everybody going on trips and doing this and doing this. None of the I seen mentioned any of them involved their kids. It was they're going with their girlfriends and their older kids watching the younger kids.
But was that self-care for them? To go on their vacation with their friends and be like, you know what? I got my stimmy.
Right.
I'm about to go on vacation with my girl or my friend, and I'm about to, because I've been with the kids all through this pandemic. The kids are homeschooled, they're in my face.
The kids got money too. You could have bought a ticket for them as well.
Yeah, but
you could have went to Walt Disney World instead of Miami.
But do you want the kids on your vacation when you're trying to get away from the kids?
That's a whole nother vacation.
Is that so bad though? When we talk about self-care though, is it okay to just take a vacation away from the kids?
It is okay. It is okay, but not leaving your older children to take care of your younger children. That's what we were talking about.
Well, even if you pay them and be like, look, I'll pay you a trusted babysitter to take care of the kids while I'm on vacation. I mean, if they get paid for it, you know.
I could say maybe that's a whole different story. Again, yes, we do need that time. One day is not enough.
Right.
A weekend, maybe. A whole week, whoa, that would be amazing.
That'd be epic.
Amazing, when you don't have to worry about cooking a meal, washing clothes, or doing anything else. Just 1 week, a year?
Right.
1 week a year? We can do 1 week a year.
I don't know.
Yes, we can. Let's do it.
I wouldn't know what to do with my time. Never been on a vacation.
Go on a trip. Go on a road trip. Drive somewhere. I want to take a ride on the back roads all the way to California, just so I can see the scenery. That's my self-love. I want to see that nature. I want to feel like, wow, this is so beautiful. Like I want to just have that time, you know? Because just one day or a weekend is really not enough for no one.
Let's see, we got a comment here from Jody. She said, so many moms feel like if they put their self first, that it's child neglect. I disagree. We need to be at our best for them.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts? That moms
yes,
feel
I
like...
agree. Like you know, you have to feel as if you're beautiful, because when you're telling your daughter you're beautiful, and your daughter knows that their own mom don't even believe it about herself. So it's like you contradiction, you know? So you can't just tell your children you're smart without believing you're smart as well. Again, they are part of you. They came from you. So whatever you're saying to your kids, you should say that to yourself first. I believe self-affirmations is very important. I listen to them every night. I'm going to actually send you the link.
What is that? Can you explain what that is for people that don't know?
So it pretty much says, I'm worth it. It's self-affirmation. So pretty much it's nonstop. Could be for like 2 hours long, where it's just saying, I'm worth it, I'm beautiful, I'm independent, I'm strong. And it just so on and on with the calm music in the background. And it just goes on and puts you in a state of view where you actually believe in those affirmations. So, as if you know, when you go into that deep state of sleep and you were listening prior to going to sleep, you will have that type of feeling within yourself. So when you wake up, you're like, oh my God, I'm so beautiful. Oh my God, girl.
So
like,
strong.
you're so strong.
So do you mostly listen to it when you're laying down in
When
bed?
I'm laying down.
Is it a good way to just fall asleep for you?
Yes, for me. I found that for myself, that's the best way to fall asleep.
So, Jody said it's hard, but it has to happen. Yes, Irina, that is great. So what do you do, Mrs. Livy Love?
Livy.
What do you do when it comes to just to get a break from the kids and find time for yourself? I mean, I know you like to pick your mom up. You guys go shopping. You like to just kind of hang out with your mom a little bit. And I mean, I know that's one thing you like to do, but what else do you like to do you know, to refuel from the
Date night
kids.
has helped a lot.
Date nights? Well, hopefully you haven't been on no dates no time soon.
Maybe said date night. Well, she's trying to hint, date night, wash my feet, rub my toes, date night. I mean,
Yeah, date
Well,
Get
let me
it
tell you.
together.
Let me tell you something like
get it
this.
together,
Let me tell y'all something like this. She go on date night with me all day, all night. Okay,
right?
so
So, okay, explain what a date night that would be for you. Probably her date night probably is not even the same as what your date night would be.
Right, because all he wants to do is eat chicken wings and
Oh, that's date
Drink.
night. That's
She
date
lying.
night for you.
she like we eat
Please.
pho. Okay.
So just go now to eat.
yes, and I
That's
don't
it.
want to eat after
That's
8,
not.
9. Yeah.
That's not date
Well, not really.
night.
Like we go.
Okay.
I like to go to casino, but she don't like going to the casino.
Why? Why would we go to a casino? That's
To
not
do
a-
what? Smell
Right.
smoke?
Well,
Cigarette
and spend
smoke?
money.
No, you
that-
can't even smoke at the casino no more.
No more?
Since
Thank
COVID.
God. Oh my God. I
Like,
guess
you gotta
I'm
go
going to
outside.
Casino, because that's the first
Yeah,
thing I
no
hate
more
is going in there.
But for me, it's like relaxing, just to, play
Bing,
some
bing,
slots.
bing, bing. That's relaxing
right,
to you?
Right. That's
Well,
nerve-wracking, actually.
I guess
I
that's
don't know,
your,
that's for me.
That's your date.
Exactly.
But think
He's
about
never
her.
asked.
Well, all she
never
gotta
asked.
do is tell me what she
He
want to do.
never
I don't-
asked?
What do you mean I never asked? I ask you all the time. I'll be like, what do you want to do?
Okay, that's a...
And she be like,
Well,
I don't know.
actually, because I have
So
to wake
what do
up
you
early in the
do?
morning, so it's Sunday, like, for instance, and what is there to do at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night?
Right. Well, once the weather gets a little bit warmer, obviously you can go on the lake and go just take a little walk and maybe have a little romantic little picnic with rope pedals and little tub of bucket and soap and get your feet washed.
let me ask you this.
He should do some homework.
Would a woman like a picnic in a park
Yes,
with wine, champagne?
of course. Now that's date night.
Right.
There's so many romantic places in the city everywhere where you can have free date night and make it look like you're on a bachelor.
Okay, can you give me some pointers? Like what, for example?
What do you mean, like what?
Give me an idea. I'm not even from Milwaukee area, but what's in this area?
How about behind Summerfest? Beautiful area.
lake.
Very
Lake
romantic.
Michigan.
They have bridges, they have lights, they have benches where you can sit down. Put a blanket down on the blanket. Just bringing a blanket somewhere is romantic.
So men, all the men watching out there, if we have men watching, I want y'all to put in the comment section, what's the last
Please
thing?
comment.
Please.
What's the last thing y'all did for y'all woman for self-care and to let you know you appreciate her? Because Irina is saying if you just got a blanket in your car, she don't care if you use that blanket to change a tire with. If that's but you got a blanket and you got something to work with. So apparently she good if
start
you
with
just
the
pull that
blanket.
blanket out the trunk
Now,
and
if
be
you
like,
have
come on.
some wine and some grapes,
Right.
oh, you doing the damn thing.
Right.
So you like wine, grapes, fruit, cold cuts, cheese,
Yes.
ham,
Look at you.
crackers.
Oh, you know it. You know it. So then you need to do it.
doesn't
Next
follow.
time, I'm going to ask. And I'm going to check in. We're going to do a
Let
follow-up
me ask you
show.
this, because man, we got a budget. How much we talking for all this you talking about?
So you can spend $30 on what you
Good
just said.
for
You
a
can
date?
spend
You spend that on
$30 on what you just said. You can $30.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: where can that brother get a coupon? Huh?
Coupon for blankets?
He can easily spend that on wings, so he's just talking.
See, wings of self-love for Hamin.
For real.
Hold on, we got a couple comments I would like to address.
Beers and.
Please.
For real.
Talia, damn, I can't say the name. Talia,
No, someone said keep a blanket in the trunk. You are so smart.
she said perfect
Very
date
smart
night is to
man.
find a both interest that you both like bowling and a couple drinks.
Bowling is
I
fun.
Okay.
love that.
Yes.
I would do that.
Let's see what else we got.
Axe throwing.
She
You
also
should go.
said
That's very fun.
both take a disposable camera and go out taking pics and switch cameras and blow one up off their camera on canvas.
Ooh,
really
very
like that.
romantic. I like that.
Okay.
Ooh,
Keep
I
it
like-
coming. Keep it coming. I like all of the
TC Boy, he said Note to self, keep a blanket in the trunk.
See, like I said, very smart man. Keep a blanket in the trunk.
And Ruth, she said, it's not where you are at, it's who you are with. The thought
Very
and quality time is what counts.
Yes.
Okay, so do y'all agree with some of these comments we got here?
Absolutely.
Time is important in any relationship. Time is important for yourself is even more important than being in a relationship.
Right.
Because if you don't love yourself, how can you love someone else?
Correct.
Sean said that, what about a paint night and a late night home cooked dinner?
Ooh, are we painting bodies
So like
here?
painting, so
Make
like,
it very sexy.
yeah, so like you mean going out painting and then come home and the man cooks the dinner, Sean? Is that
Yes.
what you're
Are
talking
we
about?
doing sip and paint? Yes. My friend, you got the right point right there.
And Jody said, can someone find me a date? Well, Jody, I don't know. We got to try to get you here
Right, Jody.
when you're supposed to be
You
here,
need to
first
be here
of all.
to get you a date.
So once you can get to the studio, then we'll find you
we
a
do
date.
miss you, baby. Get better, get better.
And now you bring up an idea, Jody. Maybe we can do a speed dating
Woo,
I would
let's
love
with
do it.
Jody Breeze, and we'll
love
bring a
that.
couple young men in here,
We can do that.
and we can do a speed dating episode for Jody.
And we can bring a blanket.
Bring. I got one in the trunk that I just used.
You do?
Yeah, yeah.
All of a sudden, he got a blanket in the trunk.
Right.
Mhm.
Don't take somebody
You
else's
got
idea.
chips and,
no.
and you got chips and junk in the trunk.
Yep.
Chips
So
and
yeah,
junk.
He does.
we can do that, Jody. We'll do a speed dating episode, but you got to get here, okay?
I love it.
I like the comments so far. Does anybody else have any good ideas? And not only for dating, you guys, but what do you got? What do you women and what do you men do for self-love? Like, I know you guys have children and you might be in a relationship and you might not be getting what you feel like you should be getting. And this is the reason why a lot of people break up.
Yes.
Because they feel like they're being not appreciated, not loved enough.
They're not
or
confident
cheat.
in themselves.
Or even cheat because they feel like they're not getting what they need from their partner. So people that are watching right now, leave a comment for what you guys either need for self-love or what do you do for self-love? Or do you feel like you're not getting self-love? Let us know in the comment section.
That's one thing I did say. I said, I need to start going to the gym at least a couple times a week. I've been saying it for the longest. That's going to be part of my self-love little checklist that I really need to work on. Maybe
Talia
we can do it
Christensen,
together. Something.
she's
Because
saying hey from
it
Duluth,
would help.
Minnesota.
It would help with the stress.
Yeah.
Okay, what was that? I missed that. What would help?
I
Going
need
to
to
the
go
gym.
to the gym. That would be part of my
Oh,
self-love.
you know what? I
That's
was
something
going to
maybe
gym
we can go
religiously until COVID.
Okay.
COVID hit and my gym closed down.
Did that help you with your self-love?
The gym did. Well,
Okay.
the gym helped me with anxiety.
Meaning,
I suffer with like anxiety and stress.
yes, you told us. Okay.
So going to the gym helped me with the anxiety issues.
Getting the adrenaline pumping.
For some
getting-
reason, yeah, just working it out helped me. I felt less stressed. And then I would go into the sauna after the workout.
Ooh, that
and that
sounds
hot sauna,
amazing.
I felt like it just took all the worries
all
and
the
the stress.
toxins out of you.
And I would sometimes just watch a 30-minute episode or something on Netflix and sit in the sauna. And,
You can bring your cell phones in the sauna.
well, if your cell phone can handle mine,
Oh,
can.
okay.
If you got a good cell phone like the Samsung Galaxy S20 5G, like her phone, she got the 21, by the way. And that's the one I wanted. But
Oh,
she,
real Samsung team? Nice.
Android over here, you know what I'm
Hey,
saying? I got to do my
Android team.
Android.
My phone.
But yeah, if you got a good phone, then it can handle heat. So yeah, I would bring it into the sauna and watch a show and let that heat, that sweat.
That's a very good way of self-love.
But it felt,
Just
yeah.
letting it like get all of that stress
But
that
what-
was in a day or in a week. Just let
Yeah.
it all out.
But what happened was once COVID hit, and then the gym, sent emails said they closed down, and that was my favorite gym, and now I can't
gyms
find
are
like
open right now.
some gyms are open, some you have to wear a mask, which I think is stupid. How the heck are you gonna work out with a mask on?
I mean, well, you have to do what you have to do, then work out at home.
And some gyms just don't have saunas, and I need a sauna. Like I need to end my workout and walk into a sauna. So yeah, I'm looking for a good gym right now. But a gym definitely helped me when it came to self-love and just feeling better.
When you leave from the gym, it made you
Man,
feel
I felt so good. I felt like I accomplished. Yeah, so it's been a while. It's been like 6-7 months since I've been to the gym, and I noticed that anxiety, stress was so deep, was so heavy.
What else do you do for stress and anxiety that helps you?
Besides taking walks at parks like in Racine, that's by Springs, a really nice park. And walking my dog it helps. Just taking my dog for like an hour, 2 hour long walk. It's very relaxing. And I will put my earbuds in and listen to my favorite songs or radio stations, or even watch YouTube. I will learn. Like I would learn something on YouTube. Something I needed to learn. I'll be like, you know what? Let me take an hour and research something while I'm walking my dog.
Very important.
And washing dishes for me and cleaning up. Sometimes it's very relaxing.
It's good that it's very relaxing to you. I saw a video of you washing dishes, by the way. It was so cute. I love the hat.
She made me
You
put on that
Made
hat.
him wear the hat.
That's the
It was
hat I
very
have
cute.
to wear when I do chores. She makes me put it
I
on.
love it.
I don't know why, but she likes
Strawberry
it.
shortcake hat. I love it.
It's a strawberry shortcake, and I don't know why do you like that hat so much.
It does something
Yeah.
to her.
Let's see what we got in the comments. So we got I cannot say their name for some reason.
You're so bad at names, right?
Talia, she said rub feet when watching a movie in TV. Okay.
Great.
So
Let's
that's,
see if I've
Jody said that
volume.
sun makes me feel good.
Yes. That's why I need
So
it.
yeah, the climate, the sun, a
Yes.
sunny day makes you feel
Oh
better.
yes,
Yes.
sunny day. But
Something-
again, obviously we're in Wisconsin.
Right.
So that
Limited
sun is very rare that you're gonna get that.
We're
this
getting
time of
warmer.
year.
Next week should be warming up.
Yep.
So at least take vitamin D3 for now.
Yep. Let's see. Jody said gardening is very relaxing. It's my relaxed place.
Gardening?
Yeah, she said gardening. Whoever thought Jody was a gardener?
I didn't.
Jeez.
Beats me, Jody. I couldn't.
I picture her
you.
more like playing craps or something. Like spades maybe. Ruth said, let's see what we got. I turn off my phone and sit in my room and listen to old school music with a glass of wine.
Oh, that's nice.
Like we talking
Very
Key Sweat,
relaxing.
Ruth? What we talking? I like Key Sweat. Like
Baby, making music, listening by yourself.
what? Wait, what now? What'd you say?
Keep sweat.
Yeah, it reminds me of back in the day when, back when I was young. Everybody was all, we was all, us young studs, man, we was listening to Key Sweat, you know what I'm saying? Especially when we got our heart broke.
Right.
So for me, relaxing is just listen to some old
I
school
love
Key.
to dance.
Do you?
I will blast my music and we'll dance in my closet. Everyone says, your closet? I say, yes. I love being in my closet. I lock my door, I do my yoga in there, and I just dance. Like,
So if I put on
love
some
to
music,
dance.
would you dance for us real
Oh,
quick?
yes, of course. That's one of my
see if I
favorite
can
things
find
to
you
do
some.
is to dance. When I tell
Okay,
you,
let's see. Let me
we have
see.
to go to, I guess right now in bars or clubs, you can't even go dancing. Before I'm like, I have to go dance. I have to go dance. I have to like have a night of just like dancing like there's no tomorrow. They used to help my nerves. They used to
Right.
just help my confidence and just make me feel better about myself. I don't know about anyone else. A lot of people say, well, I don't even know how to dance. How can you dance in front of people? To me, when I'm dancing, I don't even see people. So,
Ruth said that I love to dance too.
nice. And again, right now, can you even dance? I know Victor's, they closed their dance floor
They did?
down.
We've been
Kelly's
going
on
to Victor's
bleachers.
lately, but I didn't notice they closed the dance
Yeah, they
floor.
put tables in the middle of the dance floor. That's someone told me. I haven't been there in a
That
long
could be
time.
true, I guess, maybe because of COVID.
Kelly's on bleachers. One of my old friends came into town. It was her birthday. We went there. The music was so low we could barely hear it. We had to ask them to turn it up. And they were like, well, we can't really turn it up and then people are going to start dancing. Remember, it's COVID. So you can't really have groups of people in the middle of the dance trying to dance. I mean, if they're putting on their face masks so they can't dance, like they're going to the gym with the face mask. To me, it's like the same, right?
So dancing is a form of relaxing, you
For
think?
me, yes, it is.
Okay. Oh, let's see. So, in closing, do you feel like I feel like women don't communicate their self-love issues, that they're not getting it, that they're not happy. I feel like a woman could just go on as far as taking care of everybody and everything and will not tell you how depressed they may be.
Because the women don't want to get that self-pity. We don't want to have no one feeling sorry for us. We just want someone to just step in and see it and help us without even asking.
Apply yourself.
Yes.
So, what advice do you have for women out here that are falling a victim of depression? What advice do you have for them to communicate how they feel, what they're going through? As
have
you
to
two
talk
women,
to
what,
somebody first.
Reach out.
Right, reach out to another mother. You never know, maybe she's going through the same thing. Right? What if I'm going to call Livy and say, hey, I'm having a really bad day. I need someone to talk to. And you're going to...
Say, I'm glad you called. I
Exactly.
need someone to talk
so
to.
reaching out to family, friends
Anybody
is like
that'll
the...
listen.
But women
a lot
are
of people don't have time.
They're so ashamed to do that because they're feeling like they're going to be judged by those close
Or
family
a
members.
burden on somebody.
Right. So you had your kids, now you got to raise them. Now you have to deal with it. Like my father says, you had kids, now you take care
That's
of
old
them.
school. That's how my mother was raised.
Right.
They're your responsibility, your
So,
But it's good to have that support,
some type of support
from other women.
system. Other women, friends.
so what would happen if that woman did not get that help that she needed and she continued
Might
to
have a
bundle that
mental
up?
breakdown.
Yeah, very destructive.
And what's a mental breakdown look like for a woman that's not getting self-love?
Look at the news.
There's so many women that especially with multiple children.
Yes.
Right? How many stories where you see that mother was so overwhelmed, she put her kids in the car and started driving and tried to run into the wall and tried to hurt herself and the kids or drown kids or
Yes,
things like that.
yes,
That
yes.
just will
So
boggle my
it's-
mind.
yeah.
I would never have that thought in a million years. Again, I'm not that person. Everybody deals with the things in a different way. Communication is important. So if a mother feels that she's getting to that breaking point where she's going to hurt her kids or herself,
Right.
she needs to tell somebody right then and there.
Right. And get away from the situation.
I mean, how can you get away from your
Well,
situation? That's your
literally-
kids. That's your life.
But stepping back, going to your room, stepping
Close
in a
the
different-
door.
Yes, absolutely.
I used to hide in my closet. Oh, no. I said,
So you feel like a mother could just snap at one of her badass kids one day? If her kids get on her nerves and she's not getting that self-love, can she hurt one of them kids?
Yes. I think,
trick
here's an
question.
embarrassing moment. One day I got to the point where I had got out the shower. I don't know what it was. And my oldest was like, Mom, but you didn't. I had went off. I was butt naked. Just get out the shower. I went off. And she was like, that was the scariest thing that you've ever did. That you just went off butt naked and I didn't even care. You know, it gets to the point where you're like,
Yes.
what? Leave me
That
alone.
happens.
I'm just trying to take a shower.
Right,
Like,
right.
jeez. Yeah, every time you go to the bathroom, somebody knocking, Mom, I just got in here.
I
Give
don't
me a
even close the door.
moment. For God's sake. Just the simple things as going to the bathroom
Right.
is a chore. And you got a time limit on it.
Right.
Because if you take too long, God forbid, everybody's got to start looking for you. Everybody's got to start asking for you, knocking on doors. So please, take care of yourself. Love yourself. Even if you feel like that you're not beautiful enough, you're not smart enough, but you are.
Do something for yourself. Paint your nails. Do your hair. Something.
Even if you're not going anywhere.
Right. Exactly. Gotta start somewhere.
I asked the question to viewers, what do you do for self-love? And Ruth said, I turn off my phone, disconnect from the world, and I sit in my room and listen to old school music and a glass of wine.
Yep.
Which she also kind of said that in the comment section too. So, let's see.
But that glass of wine could turn into another glass, could turn into another glass, because a lot of people can't control that. So to them, they're self-medicating with alcohol
This is true.
or having then an addiction of a drug or whatever.
So you feel like
Right.
some moms get away from their kids with alcohol?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So alcohol
Yes.
can be an escape, and then
It
but
could
then
be an
you can
escape
become an
route.
alcoholic.
And then your kids watching you drink bottles of wine now.
Yeah.
Went from glass, now you drinking bottles, and your kids are watching that. So now we're so bad. We're misbehaving. My mom is so stressed out. Now she's drinking bottles.
This is true.
Her
Ruth.
mama juice in the fridge every day.
This is true.
Ruth said that you need the right person around you to be able to talk and communicate. So surround yourself with good people.
Oh, Ruth. Thank you, Ruth.
Yes,
So
for
what's your-
sure.
Very true.
So you guys agree with that? Like good
Absolutely.
people.
Very important.
Yeah, especially a significant other. If they're not going to be part of the situation of the help, they're part of the problem.
Part of that problem. And
Correct.
that's the one that's trying to get all the
Yeah.
time from you anyways.
Right. So it's a team effort, and if the team effort isn't there, then it's a lost cause. So, yeah.
So basically surround yourself with a good support team
Yes. Support is
Positive,
very
yeah.
important.
for mental health reasons.
Yeah.
And
People
mental
with-
health
with
is
good energy.
Yes.
People,
Absolutely.
there's people who are so toxic that being around them make you feel like, okay, oh my God, I feel so much better about myself because, whoa, this person's really off the hinges.
Right.
Like,
do you find yourself distancing yourself from people like that?
yes,
When you're
Very
not
much
even feeling
so.
good yourself and
Oh.
now they're dragging you down?
yes, I hate people who nag. So you just nagging, constantly nagging, always have negative thoughts and negative things to say, always a competition. I had to let people go.
Competition, what do you mean?
Competition amongst women. Sometimes it's not even
Like your
work
own-
a support
your own
system.
friends?
Your own friends
How
is
do
a
you
competition.
Well, how do you know they're trying to compete with you?
When they're making certain comments.
Like what,
Oh,
for
you
example?
think you're better than anyone because you
Right.
bought a house? You think you're better than anyone because you... What?
Yeah, that's, yeah.
What?
Wow.
I think I'm better?
So is that a
Right.
friend then
No.
when they make those comments?
No, that's what they call those frenemies.
Yeah.
They're very
They should
good
be
at-
rooting
at-
for you and happy for you.
Toxic people come from everywhere, walks of life, from your people around your work. Your coworkers could be toxic, could be your relationship could be toxic and you don't even know. How can you love yourself when your significant other is telling you ugly every day? How can that woman, that single mom who's been cleaning, cooking, and doing things all day long, husband comes home and he tells her, what'd you do all day?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you didn't have time. Oh, you need some time to yourself. You had all day.
Right.
So like even comments from the significant other could break down a woman's
Of course.
self-worth.
Absolutely.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. And men don't even realize there's certain things that they say to women where you would think is just a comment. I'm just making a joke. I'm just being facetious. But you actually probably, in the real life, really mean it.
Right.
And you just trying to say you making it a joke so that way you be like, I'm just joking. You don't have a sense of humor. Oh,
Right.
no. You're not just joking.
truth
You really said there's a truth behind your little jokes, partner.
Ruth said that's when you make the choice not to surround yourself with them toxic people.
Yes. They come from everywhere, though, Ruth. They're all around us every day, all day. And if I actually get physically nauseous when someone has a very toxic negative energy, I feel physically nauseous around them. I'm like, oh no, you can't be around me. I have a sign in front by my desk in my work where it says, if you have bad energy,
Yeah.
don't even knock on my door.
Steer clear.
I have
Like
a
somebody
sign.
like a Debbie Downer.
Debbie
somebody.
Downer.
Some people bring
good.
out the
Yes.
worst in you as well.
Yes, and they're always just, oh my God, just so, just complaining and just very just draining people. But there again, it's not their fault. This is what they're used to. They think because they're just gonna let it out and vent to people, they don't realize that by you venting, you're throwing that negative energy into the next person who you're trying to vent to.
This is true.
You know, you have to
So
keep that in mind.
So in closing, let's just make sure we run this down real quick. So in closing, for self-happiness, self-love, surround yourself with positive, energetic people
Yes.
who bring you up and not down. Give yourself time to relax. Give yourself a me time. Relaxing in a way, like she was saying, going to the gym, dancing, like you were saying, music, or just having a glass of wine on the deck or outside for a minute while the kids are running around the house or whatever. Just self me time. What else we got that I missed? Anything?
That's pretty much it. Again,
Just-
love yourself. You have to know that you're worth it. You have to believe in yourself. You have to give yourself some time. It's no one else's responsibility to do that for you. It's your responsibility to take care of yourself.
Yep. And on that note, you guys, I think we are going to close this out. Another good episode, you guys. You guys, if you have to rewatch this, go ahead and rewatch it. If you missed it, if you came in through the middle, go ahead and rewatch it. And
Share, like, and
share, like,
subscribe.
all that good stuff. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, you guys. We're all over the place. Twitter, Twitch, and we're multi-streaming today to multiple platforms as well, you guys. I do appreciate you guys coming to the stream. And remember, you guys, remember, if you can't come real, then at least come raw. Raw topic, you guys. Peace.
Perfect.